Hi friends, Renee Keys here with Carolina Creative. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here with more card making ideas for you. Today I'm going to focus on a winter scene. If you have leftover Christmas paper, I would encourage you to flip it over and look at the back side, because quite often the back side is a little more generic and it may not be as holiday specific. That goes for any holiday. So out of the Sentimental Christmas set, where we had these beautiful, old school wrapping papers type designer papers, the backs are stripes or snowflakes. So there's a lot you can do with that. One of my favorites that I'm going to work with today is the back side of the old-fashioned candle paper, because this is very simply a winter scene, and this is what I want to focus on today. So the things I've done so far is I did go ahead and select my card base. It is Balmy Blue. And I've got a slightly smaller sheet that I've already run through the Stampin' Emboss machine. I used Evergreen. This is a retired, but anything that gives a tree imprint, snowflakes, a swirly background, there's a lot of things you could use. This just happened to be what was speaking to me this morning. So I'm going to layer these so that they're tone on tone. So I'm not using, a contrasting color. I'm going to keep this very simple. And then I'm going to flip my camera down and let you see what I'm going to start to work with here. So here's my workspace. So I already told you I've got my card base. I have cut this. It's the full 5 1/4, so it will fit right onto my die cut piece. And then on the edges, you'll be able to see and feel this texture. So I'm going to layer it up that way. Now, I did pull out from the Golden Greenery the pine bough, because I wanted to match this little pine bough here. So I'm going to stamp that inside. I'm going to work inside the card first and then start stamping and assembling. So the bough, in order to match, I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. I have a frog this morning. Pretty Peacock to give me that look. And I'm going to try to run it right across the top here. So we have almost the full branch. Yeah, I like that. And then I did pull out a retired sentiment. I was looking for something just right. I'm using Loveliest Tree. I decided at the last minute, I started this morning with a happy birthday in mind, and then decided this is really pretty. I think I'm going to make this a sympathy card. So out of Loveliest Tree, I'm using the Sending Sympathy, but that's going to go on the front. So I was looking for something to put inside. And again, I had to go kind of hunting to find something that seemed right. So this is So Sorry for Your Loss. And I'm just going to center it right here under those boughs. And I'm stamping that in a matching color to go with the card base. So I'm going to slide that out of the way for now. The peacock I think I will use again. I haven't really decided. I'll get that point in a minute. So let me go ahead and assemble this inside. I think this is just going to be a really nice, a pretty little scene, kind of a quiet winter scene. And so, like I say, this was just speaking to me this morning that, not birthday, this needed to be a sympathy card. Okay, so there's my card insert. I'm now ready to start on the outside. I did go ahead and die cut. I used the Deckled Circles dies. And so I'm going to layer. I've done white, and then I've done the Pretty Peacock. So again, I'm picking up on that color. It's just so that I do have a little bit of pop of color. And now I have to decide what color do I want my sentiment to be. And I'm leaning toward going softer. So let's see how we like this. Sending Heartfelt Sympathy, straight out of this Loveliest Trees. And that tree is gorgeous too. I just felt like this was a pretty winter scene. So let's do that. I'm liking that. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll these edges. I love not having white edges. So I'm going to put the light blue, and then, it won't pop a whole lot once I layer it up, but that's okay. I know that the edges aren't white. So I'm ready to start assembling. I'm going to glue this together, first step. And then I think I will use dimensionals on this, and I didn't get those out yet. So I need to slide those out of my drawer. Unless they're already out on my worktop. Yep, that it sure must be. I've been working on a variety of things this week. That's okay. Let me just grab a new pack. They all get opened at some point, so I will need those in a minute. Now, I'm going to start layering. So let me go ahead. Because of the texture, I prefer to use my Stampin' Seal. I think it holds a little bit better when you've got a textured surface like this. And so I'm going to do along the edges and put something in the middle just to help keep it flat. Okay, so this is the tone on tone, 2 layers. But I say, as soon as you pick up the card, you're going to feel this. You're going to know that there's something there because you're going to hold it like this and you're going to definitely feel those trees. So now I'm gonna just put this in the center. And again, I am going to use my Stampin' Seal. I think that's got all the edges and the corners covered. And center this up with the snowflakes and a little bit of a tree branch there. And then initially, my first thought here would be to balance the card and put it on this side, but there's such a open space there that I kind of feel like it needs to go here. And I was going to overlap it, just offset it a little bit. So I think I'm going to go with that. But obviously, as you can tell, there's a lot of different ways you could change this layout and you could put this together. It's just simply a pretty piece of paper, a textured background behind it, and a sentiment on some type of a circle here. A lot of different shapes would work. I will go ahead and use my Take Your Pick tool today, except it wouldn't want to hold them as I'm flicking them off here. There we go. A little bit of an angle. Let me put those in the trash. I went upstairs yesterday after doing some stamping down here, and I had tracked those little dimensional covers upstairs with me. They were in the kitchen and in the family room. Special surprise, but if you craft, you know that's a common thing. So I'm going to add some sparkle here to, these look like they could be stars, but there's also these pretty snowflakes. So I'm going to put sparkle on that too. This is my Wink of Stella pen. And so I'm just, oh, there's little, I didn't even notice those. There's other little tiny snowflakes in there too. And I do think this calls for, where did I put them? Well, it could be rhinestones, it could be pearls. And I think my pearls are most accessible right now. So I'm going to add a few iridescent pearls to this. I think that would be just what it needs. And I think I'm going to go with some of these little ones and just sprinkle them. Including one on there. And then let me go up in size and put them in the, if I can get it in the middle of that snowflake or star. I don't know which it is. And it doesn't matter. I'm going to call it a snowflake. Maybe one more down low here. Okay. And so that's my card today. I've decided not to add a bow to this. Just again, it's a sympathy card. So sorry for your loss on the inside, matching kind of that pine bough. And I do like how this is on one side and then on the inside it's on the other. Now, it'd be sweet to put some little snowflakes in there too. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to leave this as a simple sympathy card. So thanks for joining me today. If you like the products and the projects that you've seen here, you can find me at Carolina Creative or hashtag Carolina Creative. And I'm also on the Stampin' Up! Network. It's Renee Keese at StampinUp.net. Thanks for joining and stay tuned for the next video.